Watch out! Hey! Right there! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! It was an accident.
What's going on? Put that away. What the hell do you think you're doing?
How's it going, Mrs. Dodd?
Oh, it's a madhouse around here.
Oh, yeah? Wait till the politicians get here.
Oh, we'll be ready for them.
I never doubted that.
Have the caterers arrived?
Oh, they arrived over an hour ago.
Good. I want to take a look at the food.
Well, they're setting up in the dining room. I'll introduce you.
Great.
Oop, I'll get that.
Okay.
You say hello to the food.
This is Mrs. Spencer, the mayor's wife. What she says goes.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Well, it all looks very pretty.
Wait till you try the food.
What are you serving?
Well, to drink, we'll have champagne, of course, and a non-alcoholic fruit punch, and plenty of hors d'oeuvres.
And I didn't expect you to be answering the door yourself, Mr. Mayor.
Well, budget cuts, you know, it's tough all over.
Oh, no, I know it. Listen, I just wanted to inform you, I didn't mean to disturb you, but I am the substitute gardener for today.
What happened to my regular guy?
Oh, he has the flu. It's going around all over. I would be very careful myself if I were you.
I'm always careful, pal.
Yes, well, I will be finished with the front yard very shortly. Before your guests arrive, I'm sure you don't want me in the front yard with all that society parading in here.
Well, it doesn't bother me at all.
Well, it looks bad. Think of your image.
Well, thanks for the tip.
Nothing. Okay, I'll start with the front, and then I'll continue on in the back, unless, of course, you have something that you prefer me to do.
If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, then, back to work, and how do they say, have yourself a bash?
Yes.
Where is this?
Look, sir, I'm very sorry.
Have you been having a lot of robberies lately?
No.
First, your stock boy dumps boxes on me.
you backed into them.
Then this goon pulls a gun on me.
It was all a mistake.
Yeah, yours. You know, I ought to sue.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah? Watch me. You'll be talking to my lawyer.
Sir, please. Mr. Trollope has told me about you two. I've had enough. This is the last straw.
I'm just doing my job.
What, scaring the customers half to
Look,
death?
I thought he was going to try.
I don't give a damn what you thought. You don't go waving around a firearm in this store.
Leave him alone, Mr. Smith.
You stay out of this. Your turn is coming.
He was only doing his job. It wasn't his fault.
That's right. If it weren't for you, this wouldn't have happened.
I didn't back into the boxes. The customer did.
What, causing your bodyguard to draw on him?
He was trying to protect me. That's his job.
Well, who's going to protect us from him?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, Mr. Jennings is the one being ridiculous. Hiring a former spy to work in a pharmacy? What does he expect?
I think he expects a man to be judged on his present merit rather than his past mistakes.
Well, if that were the case, you should have been fired your first day. I don't give a damn how many agents were captured because of you. If it were up to me, I would have thrown you in jail with the rest of that scum.
Mr. Smith, I really appreciate your saying this.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. I really do. I think it's important that people be honest with one another, and now I think it's only fair that I tell you what I think about you.
Well, who cares?
You will in the morning. If you think that hurts now, wait until tomorrow, Mr. Smith. Let's go, Roy. Something tells me I don't work here anymore.
Wait, Doc.
Come in.
Hi there.
Well, don't you all look outstanding?
Well, I might say the same for you.
Well, thank you.
Express Commissioner's in town.
Hey, where's Leslie?
She is still at the hospital, I'm afraid.
Oh, no, not another long day.
Yes, another long day. Why don't you come in, sit down, relax?
She better hurry. We don't want to be late for our coming out party.
Well, isn't that fashionable?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, we are going to meet the city council as well as the press.
And I think we'll avoid most of the heat. This is a reception, not a press conference.
Let's hope the press is able to see that difference.
I wish Bobby were here.
thought she was doing very well. Is she still recuperating?
Well, physically, she's doing wonderfully, but psychologically, she's split right down the middle. I mean, Dial's refusing to come to the reception and puts her in a terrible position with Luke.
Is DL still upset about not being appointed building commissioner?
Try furious.
I'm sorry. When Luke offered me the job, I had no idea Brock wanted it.
Oh, honey, don't blame yourself.
No, not at all, Dan. Ruby's very right. Luke picked exactly who he wanted for the job.
Well, I feel kind of responsible, like being a part of driving a wedge between friends.
Oh, honey, that's just politics.
I don't think that would have ever worked. I mean, let's say he had made the appointment. Unfortunately, Brock is involved in so many construction deals himself. I'm sure you'd have heard all kinds of outcries about conflict of interest.
Probably.
I'm so sorry I'm so late. I'm going to get dressed. I'll be ready in a second.
No, hurry. We got lots of time before the reception.
Oh, yeah, well, in that case, I'll take a bath.
Well, don't forget to do your hair.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's wonderful.
Well, it ain't champagne.
Oh, there's plenty of that.
Well, there better be. I'm going to need it to get me through this night.
Oh, we'll need a few chairs around the table. But be careful not to block access to the food and punch bowl. The other chairs can go against the walls.
Excuse me, Mrs. Spencer, would you mind moving so I can put this on the table?
Oh, sure.
Sorry, Mayor Spencer, but if I could get in here just a moment, I'd like to put the silverware in place.
Sure, go ahead. I feel like third man on the dance floor here.
You noticed.
What do you say we ditch this whole thing and just make a run over to Kelly's for possible ptomaine poisoning?
I'd love to, but what would your guests say?
Yeah, never miss me.
I doubt that. You are the main attraction tonight.
I'm sorry, sir, but you cannot stay here. You're much too early. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to come back later.
I just want to grab a couple of candid shots. Don't worry. You won't even know I'm...
Wait!
Thanks, folks.
Well, I don't even have my dress on yet.
Before and after.
Let's take a run to the bedroom.
Hey, no, just one more.
No, wait, let's put on our party faces, okay?
Yes, it's Ari. Perfect, sir. Everything is going exactly as planned.
Well, hello, come in.
Sorry we're a little late.
No problem. You look sensational.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty good yourself, Commissioner.
I thank you. The Human Services is going to need all the help it can get, so I'm going to have to make an impression. Good afternoon, fellow receptionists.
Hello.
Hello, Brian, Claudia.
Oh, don't you look beautiful?
Oh, thank you. That's a gorgeous dress yourself.
Well, we're trying. I mean, it's a special occasion. Luke's introducing his team.
Too bad they're not going to introduce those behind the scenes. You'd have the list.
The most valuable player.
Oh, come on. I'm just family. You're going to do all the work.
Well, not today. Today, we're going to celebrate. Tomorrow, you'll rule Port Charles.
Not unless we get that budget director to loosen up a little bit.
The man's a tyrant. What are you going to do with him?
I'm sure he's just being a little cautious. He'll loosen the purse string once he gets to know us.
That better be soon. Incidentally, I want to talk to you about that.
Let him talk a little.
Right.
Guess what? My mom called this morning.
Oh, how are they enjoying their vacation?
Oh, well, she said that it's still snowing like crazy in Canada, but they are having a ball.
Better them than me. I'll take Indian summer.
Yes, I wonder how much longer this warm weather is going to last.
Not long. You can count on it.
Well, implementing all those programs is going to take a little time.
And a lot of money.
We've got the time and we've got the money. All we have to do is get our hands on it. And as long as the budget director has a lock on the municipal funds, we can't do anything.
Brian, that money doesn't do anyone any good just sitting in a bank.
I know that, and people need help. They don't need interest.
Luke is just going to have to talk to him. Going to have to get him to change some of his ideas, because unless he frees up some money, every one of us is going to have our program still sitting there on the drawing board.
Oh, that reminds me. The hospital board met this morning. The consensus seems to be that the opening up of the Cassadine money is the best thing to happen to the hospital since we got the check.
Absolutely. And what are we going to do with it?
We'll let it sit around 3 or 4 months, get some interest, then we'll use the money to give scholarships for research.
In all areas.
Right. No restrictions. You know, the new university building will be built before any new city building?
Yeah, I can believe that. General Hospital doesn't have a tightwad hoarding every penny.
Right. And we have some very good benefactors in the Cassadines.
I don't want to hear that word Cassadines tonight.
Why?
Too many unhappy memories, and this is a night for looking happily forward to the future, not back to the past.
All right, here.
Thank you.
You look knockout.
Thank you. I'm not going to say any more, so we could leave now.
I don't think you better, because I would imagine the first guests have already arrived.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Madam, will you take
Let's
my...
go.
Where would you like me to take it for you? Should I take it back to the car?
Ruby, you want to go with me?
Anytime, Rick.
Thank you.
Here, let me take your things.
Thank you. Thank
The mayor and Mrs. Spencer are getting ready, so please go in and make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, look out. Uh-oh.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, fire away.
How do you feel about the people that Mayor Spencer has chosen to be on his staff?
Well, he has inherited the best man for police commissioning.
And, indeed, he's the best man here for deputy mayor.
I can see this administration is sticking together.
Yes, all for one, one for all.
I might have guessed. You know, it's extraordinary for the losing candidate in a mayoral election all of a sudden ending up being deputy mayor. Wouldn't you say?
Well, it's certainly unusual, yeah.
But what could be better for poor Charles? I mean, either candidate would have made a good mayor. This way, we have the best of both.
And there's no hard feelings, Deputy Mayor Baldwin.
If there were, do you think I would have accepted the job?
You know, all this sweetness and light, whatever happened to political infighting?
Yeah, well, talk to us again in another month. By then, we'll probably be tearing each other's throats out.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well,
You handle it. Very well.
not too bad. Well, I'm not used to this. But you know I do.
I know you.
Forbidden, maybe.
What did you vote for? You were
Yeah.
told of that. You handled that.
Oh, listen, does everybody want champagne? Huh?
Hello.
What about a toast?
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Not without a drink in my hand, if you don't mind, sir. Everybody having a good time so far?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's not bad. We'll eat up. It's on the city.
Where's Laura?
Getting ready.
Oh, I bet she looks lovely.
Yeah, she does. Well, may I?
By all means.
To poor Charles and to all of us. Long may we reign.
Yeah.
You're my business manager. You're supposed to know about things like this. Now, what about this Avalon Corporation? What have you heard about this outfit? From Monica, why? Really? So she was right, huh? Listen, Wendell, why don't you send me a prospectus? Yeah, that'd be good. And I will tell Monica that you think that the Avalon Corporation is a sound investment. Okay, bye-bye. The Avalon Corporation. Who would have thought it?
Excuse me, Mr. Quartermain.
Yes.
This is Mr. Jennings.
Hello. Hi, how do you do? How can I help you?
Mr. Jennings is here to see Grant, but I told him Dr. Putnam was working.
As far as I know. No, he's not at the drugstore. Then I have no idea where he is.
Well, let me explain something. I just found out about a problem.
What, that he has?
Yeah.
Here he is.
Mr. Jennings.
Hello, Dr. Putnam.
What brings you here?
You have a minute?
I've got all the time in the world.
Can we talk?
Of course.
Good.
I've got some work to do in my den, excuse me.
Thanks.
Actually, I'm glad that you dropped by. I think it's better that you hear it from me first.
It's a little too late if you're talking about the incident down at the drugstore.
You spoke to Mr. Smith?
I spoke, he mumbled. He kind of has a little jaw problem.
I'm sorry about that.
Hey, I'm the one that's sorry. He's had no right to treat you that way.
I never should have hit him.
Hey, listen. Knowing you and knowing him, I rather suspect that he really deserved that.
I just hope I haven't caused you any trouble.
No. That's not why I'm here. I want to offer you a job at another drugstore, one with a little more sympathetic management.
Mr. Jennings, you're either the nicest human being alive or a masochist.
Listen,
I appreciate your offer.
You can start tomorrow. Come on.
I can't accept.
Why not?
Because it would only happen again.
Why do you say that?
My working in a sales position is probably the worst place in the world for me right now. I think we've got to let some time go by. Maybe people will forget. Having me in constant touch with the public is just asking for trouble, and I wouldn't do that to you or your managers.
Nor to yourself.
I have to live with it. You can't know what that's like.
But what are you going to do?
I'll find something.
That's not so easy.
No, it isn't easy, but it is necessary. I do thank you for your offer.
You're sure?
I'm quite sure.
Very well. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
You could give Chris my best and tell him I'm looking forward to hearing him play again soon.
Well, I'll do that. Good luck, huh?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. By the way, I know I've said it before, but I want you to know, I will never forget what you did for my son, Chris.
I was a doctor then. Now I'm a what?
Okay, we've heard what you want, Mayor Spencer. But
Over and over again.
well, what about the other members of your staff? What are their priorities?
Take it away, commissioners.
Oh, speaking for myself, resurrecting the East Side Highway is my main goal. Do you realize it's been on the back burner for the last 2 years now? Not to mention the waste of taxpayers' money. Now, the money's there. It just needed to be allocated.
Well, my first priority is the preservation of the library, which, not so coincidentally, sits smack in the middle of the proposed route for the East Side Highway. We have precious few historical monuments as it is, and I just can't imagine thinking of demolishing even one, highway or not.
We must make room for progress.
Not at the expense of our heritage.
Oh, what do you think of that, Doctor?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
How do you expect to get around this?
By avoiding the issue altogether and throwing the floor to Parks Commissioner Wheeler. Explain your priorities, sir.
My proposal's more modest and quite a bit less controversial. I want to install a new swimming pool in the main park. The old one's badly in need of repair and too small to handle the projected attendance for the summer of '84. So, my first objective is to build a new one by next June.
Uh-huh. Now, how do you, Mayor, plan to do all of this?
I have no idea, Steve. I intend to listen to each proposal and fight for the priorities.
I see. Does anyone else have any ideas that they want to present to us?
Sorry to interrupt, Mayor Spencer.
Where have you been, Margaret?
I beg your pardon?
Get me out of here.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you more guests are arriving.
Great, thanks a lot. Excuse me, please.
Oh, well, I think I'm going to go.
Very good. There's the rest of the team now. I'm just beginning to think I'd high. I thought I might have to face the press and city council without the better half of my staff.
You gotta be kidding. I wouldn't miss this for anything in the world.
You nervous?
I just feel a little inept.
Well, you sure don't look it on the outside, I'll tell you.
And the very picture of the dynamic young mayor.
Besides, we're here to help you over the rough spots.
Well, why do you think I put so many friends on the staff? I figure this way I'm covered, right?
You're going to do just fine.
Thanks. Why don't we go into the living room and meet the others?
Oh, right.
Let's go.
Perfect time to be here. Let's do this. Oh, our daughter, Mrs. Mayor.
Oh, you're too much.
It's going to be the prettiest first lady Port Charles has ever had.
He certainly has my
Thanks.
vote.
Terrific.
Well, it's great to see all of you. Well, shall we?
Oh, yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Don't let me
Well, you have half the impact on the city that you did when Laura came into the room. You could be in power forever.
Bite your reptilian tongue.
Where did you get this dress? It's lovely. Oh, promise you won't tell?
Some expensive designer, no doubt.
Off the rack at Wyndham's and on sale, too.
Well, let's party.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.